All right, you guys, we are makeup free today, kind of crazy hair, but I am going to wrap some Christmas presents and kind of do a talking video today. I'm not going to show you what I got my teenage girls because some of their friends watch this channel and so they may inadvertently come across it and I don't want them to see what they got for Christmas. So you won't see exactly what my older girls got. I will show you what the little kids got. And we'll just do a little wrapping and a little chatting. So I got 2 new things of Christmas wrapping paper, and then I had a thing of wrapping paper from earlier this year. I got at TJ Maxx, I think, but it's could be used pretty Christmassy. And then I went up in the attic and lifted all my Christmas decorations and found how much wrapping paper I have up there. So next year I have to remember not to buy wrapping paper because we don't need it. Usually I'll get like 1 thing of wrapping paper and just try and wrap everything in that one print, if you will. This year I just couldn't really decide, and so this is Walmart. This red with the white bows is from Hobby Lobby, and then the white, like I said, I got it on clearance at TJ Maxx. So yeah, some of the time, not every year, but some of the time I will try and wrap each kid's presents in the same paper because there have been years, I think especially like one specific year, where I mixed up kids stuff because I didn't wrap it all in the same. And so some of it is, I try really hard to get all of the kids, each kid has their own wrapping paper so that I know whose is whose. But yeah, you know how it, once it gets in the box, it's like, oh, okay, what was in there? And then by the time Christmas comes, you're like, what did I get you? Life updates on us right now. Jessica just got her driver's license, so we're so excited for that. It's gonna make my life a lot easier. Emmy is finally cutting her first tooth, which I am surprised it took this long. Yeah. So she's cutting the tooth right now. It's on the bottom, which is usually those are the first ones to come in. Felicity's probably gonna be getting braces soon. We went and got her permit. So Tuesday, Felicity got her permit, and then Wednesday, Jessica got her driver's license. So they were kind of back to back there. I was up. Now, luckily, in the state of Texas, you go to the Department of Public Safety, and you have to make an appointment. So you don't go to the DMV and wait for like 6 gazillion years. You just make an appointment, and then you go up there and you do what you gotta do, and you're in and out. It's very quick. I should not have done that way. I should have done it another way so that the scene wasn't together here, but here we are. This is where we're at. I am not the best present wrapper. So, yes, you probably could do this better, but here we are. I have been listening lately to the Lake Point Church sermons. That's a lot of the sermons that I'm listening to when I'm not listening to my own pastor. Lake Point's in Dallas. I've talked about Lake Point before. I'm pretty sure I brought it up in one of my recent Christmas videos. And then they have a podcast that they do to kind of do like a deeper dive on their sermons. And I just really like their sermons, so that's what I've been listening to lately. My mom was here over Thanksgiving, and John's parents are gonna come over New Year's this year, so we're actually pretty excited to have them come visit, and then they are taking a little vacation and going down to Florida. And so they've been down to Florida before for like a little sabbatical when they still lived up in Iowa. And let me tell you, if you guys live in the Midwest, like Northern Midwest, bless your souls, because I could not do it. The snow, the ice, like the Lord knew what he was doing when he sent us to Texas. It gets kind of chilly here. It's not like Phoenix where it's like Groundhog Day of weather. But I mean, it's nowhere near what y'all deal with up there in the snow and the ice and all that jazz. Yes, my house is a wreck right now. That's just kind of par for the course. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and tell you that my house is always clean, because it's not. You know, just like everybody's houses, it kind of ebbs and flows. Right now, living room's actually looking pretty good, but the kitchen is kind of a wreck. The girls are going to the Bulldog Market tonight, so they're going to be at that. And since Justin can drive, it's making our life a lot easier because both of the girls had to be there, and I have somewhere to go tonight. Tonight, our mom's night out is doing limos and lights, and so we're gonna all get in a limo and ride around and look at Christmas lights and chat and just live it up as moms during this busy time of the year. Hopefully it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun. I always have a good time with these ladies, so, and I don't get to see them very often because the night event is when a lot of the moms that work come, because we have one during the day, but all the moms that work obviously are working, so they can't be there. Yeah. One of the things that we do for gift tags is John's kind of family tradition. We pick Bible verses, and then there's a word out of those verses that describes each child, and we put that on their tags for their gifts, so they don't know whose is whose until it's actually Christmas Day, and then they have to find the Bible verse, read the Bible verse, and their word will be in there, and then they'll know whose presents go with who. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out if we're gonna do that this year. I asked John, he's like, I don't know, but I think we probably will, just because we always do it and it works out. The other thing that we do that John's parents started was they would set up the Christmas stockings where and they would cover them in blankets, and then each kid would have to stand in front of a stocking, and they'd have to like work until they figured out whose was whose, and they'd work together until they were all standing in the right place. And so we usually do that every year, and that's kind of fun because now we have 4 kids, and John is one of 4. So that's something. The first year that John and I were married, we went to John's parents' house for Christmas that year, and that was when I met all of his siblings and everything, because I didn't meet everybody until after we were already married. And so we're just doing this, we're all like sitting around, and at that time, let's see, 3 of the 4 kids were married, and then there were 2 grandkids. And so there was 6, 7, 8, 9 of us. And hold on. There were 9 of us that were there, and it was the first time I had ever, done Christmas with them. And so we're like standing in a circle, and his sister starts like, they tell us how many of us are in the right spot. They don't tell us which ones are in the right spot, they just tell us how many of us are in the right spot. And so one of his sisters was like, okay, so it's like, you move here, and I was like, oh, there's a strategy to this. And John said, I was like, yeah, figure it out. It was funny. That's one of my fun memories from first time I was with them for Christmas. Just something that like I personally need to do better in our home. John has always wanted to prioritize our family a little bit better, and I've always kind of looked at our extended family as like needing to go and see them because we don't live there. And yeah, I think in the long run, that could be harmful to like, not harmful, but just like make it less fun. So we used to be where we would like kind of go overboard for Christmas. The first year that the girls lived with us, we bought so much stuff that like it took forever for them to open everything, because I was just like, they've never had a huge Christmas before. I want them to have like a big Christmas. And so we wrapped everything kind of individually, and it took them forever. They were tired of opening gifts by the time it was done. And so this year we're going a little bit more minimal. It's just like, I think we've overdone it. I think we have overdone the Christmas thing just about every year, and we need to scale it back a little bit. And so this year is going to be a little bit, we have a little bit less than they have had in years past, which isn't a bad thing. Like I said, we kind of overdid it for probably every year since they've lived with us. We've probably gone overboard a little bit. We actually, a neighbor of mine came over to our house one year. We were at a party at the neighbor next door to us, and we needed something from my house, and so we went over to my house, and the neighbor was like, "Wow, that's a lot of presents." And I was like, "Well, yeah, we got a few years to make up for, because of how old the girls were when we got them." But I do think that, like, we probably could have gone with less, and it would have been better. This time of year, it's always a good idea to come up with some kind of charitable thing to do with your children. I want to be more intentional about that in the future, especially with our little kids. Like right now, so if you don't know about what the Angel Tree is, Salvation Army puts out an Angel Tree every year, and you have to like apply for it. It's income based. But basically, if you're having a hard time getting your kids Christmas, you can apply for the Salvation Army Angel Tree, and people will go into Walmart or the mall or wherever their little trees are, and you'll pick a kid off the tree, and it'll tell you like what something that they want, something that they need, that kind of stuff. And so usually every year we go and get an Angel Tree child, and we go and buy Christmas for them. But I found out when they're like filling all of the orders, if you will, kind of thing, in our local area, you can go and volunteer to help, like, make sure that every kid's list has been like fulfilled, and like pack the sacks so that the parents can come and pick up their stuff, and then they can like wrap what the people got for their kids and stuff. And if I didn't have littles, I think that's what I would go and do. I'd volunteer to go and pack those up. But because I'm still breastfeeding, it's not like I can, and it's a whole day. I can't just take Emmy with me. That's not appropriate. So probably next year, that's probably what I'll end up doing. I think, I don't know. But yeah, I do think that it's, this is not going well. I am not wrapping this very well. I do think that it's important to do some amount of charity work this time of year. Whatever that looks like for you. I need another small box. Okay, so I just wrapped something that I forgot to show you guys for, I got it for Jamie and Emmy, but it's basically a set of 4 wooden puzzles. They're bluey puzzles. If I can find it online, I'll link it below. And then this is the present that we got mainly for Emmy as a toy. And then she's pretty much, everything else is gonna be clothes in the next size. So I'll show you those real quick. She's obviously sitting there, you know. You okay? Yeah? All right, so we got this little outfit. These are all from Walmart. So this was $10. This outfit, which I think this was $12. And then we got some Dranimal little onesies for her next size up, which was 12 months. So this was $3.98. This was also $3.98. Also $3.98. And this little sweatshirt, $4.98 for the sweatshirt. And then, oh my gosh, Michael. And then we got this pajama set, which was $10. So, because her room, after she turns a year old, we're gonna put her in her own room, and it's kind of chilly, so I wanted to get some warmer jammies because she turns 1 in March. So, yeah, those are the clothes. And then we just got her one toy. The wooden puzzles that I got Jamie he's gonna be able to play with them, but then like she'll also be able to play with them. It's just hard because like baby toys are pretty unisex. Well, obviously from Jameson because we have Jameson, we have lots of baby toys, so there's not really a need for extra toys for her. And so she's getting this and then those puzzles. And then we got him some underwear, some socks, and I got this kids devotion, which they're gonna share this because right now we're doing our Jessie Tree daily, and I want to keep doing devotions even when Christmas is over. So so we got this little guy, and I'll let you know how I feel like it's working out as we go through it. But 365 days of devotions. So yeah. And then we got this for Jamie. He loves these monster trucks, and he's been watching monster truck videos, but he's too little right now to take like a Monster Jam thing. So we got him this track set, and then he's getting this Play-Doh kit because he loves to make cookies with me, like sugar cookies, but I think it's because he likes to do the cookie cutters, and so this will be kind of that same idea. So, and that's pretty much all the littles are getting for Christmas. They have stockings, which John's taking care of the stockings this year. That's all him. But yeah, we're trying not to go overboard with the littles.